we are at Days of the Dead in Chicago, Illinois, and I have the writer Todd Farmer, who wrote Jason X, My Bloody Wedding 3D, Drive Angry, and other stuff. Todd, thank you so much for agreeing to have a little interview with me.
My pleasure.
Could you give a little bit more of your background for my viewers?
I grew up in Kentucky and decided I wanted to write movies, so I loaded up the old truck and drove all the way to California.
Moved to Beverly. So, what do you got going currently?
Currently, Patrick Lucy and I, who have worked on Drive Angry and Bloody Valentine together, are going to try our hand at television. So we optioned a novel, which I can't talk about at the moment, but we've optioned it, and we have an offer from one of the studios to do a polish on that, and then we'll go out to networks, and hopefully we'll have a TV show for everyone soon.
Very cool. So, normally I think I went out of order. So what do you have going on beyond that? What are your dreams, plans for going from there?
In the future?
Yeah.
I'd love to have a TV show going, but at the same time, there are Patrick and I are constantly working on other specs and ideas and writing screenplays all the time. So, I mean, we would love to dabble in both television and movies. And as far as me personally, I love the idea of whatever we work on that I would have a small role in, and then produce behind the scenes and make sure that I keep all the fires out and keep all the headache away from Patrick. That's the goal.
Very cool. So, since I'm twisting things around, I like to close my interviews with asking a person to tell me something weird and wonderful about themselves. But tell me something weird and wonderful or interesting, any interesting anecdotes maybe you have from Jason X or Jason 10.
Well, Jason X, what we call
Jason
it.
X.
Well, there's one right there. When we went into production, this was Friday the 13th Part 10. Mm-hmm. Friday the 13th Part 10 is kind of wordy. So after you've had about 6 or 7 or 10,000 meetings in one day, and you say Friday the 13th Part 10 over and over, you get a little bored. So we just started calling it Jason X, and that worked.
Very
so
cool.
It stuck. There was no big grand design to it.
It was just kind of happened.
It's just what was easy to say. Mm-hmm. So that was fun.
I understand, since I was just doing it myself, and then I went, oh, really, it's Friday the 13th, Part 10.
That's right.
What about My Bloody Valentine 3D?
Any interesting stories?
Yeah.
The biggest part was, I guess going into it, I didn't expect that I would be acting in it. And I got a call from Patrick one day saying, look, they're casting a local guy to play this part. And there was some worry on my part because I was scared that because there was a lot of special effects, which takes a lot of time to shoot, and because it was a nude scene, that we didn't have a lot of time, we didn't have a big budget. It was my poster. It's a sign of great things to come. Because we didn't have a lot of time to basically screw around with accidents, I was worried that the actor might have problems. And I wanted somebody in there that we knew we could trust and we could get the job done. Because it's not easy to shoot sets. It's not easy to shoot that. And so Patrick said, yeah, no, would you do it? And so that's how I ended up acting in My Bloody Valentine.
Very cool. What about Drive Angry?
The Drive Angry was great. Drive Angry, I had the opportunity to have the crap kicked out of me by Amber Heard, Nick Cage, and Bill Fickner. So you can't go wrong with that.
Getting the crap kicked out of you by Nicolas Cage has to be an honor.
That's a fun thing. It certainly is.
Very cool. So, is there anything additional that's weird and wonderful about yourself you'd like to share that your fans wouldn't even know about?
One more time?
Anything weird and wonderful, interesting about yourself your fans might not even know about?
Let me see. Interesting and wonderful about me that the fans may not know about. Who else is going to see this? Because I really don't like to talk about where I've buried the bodies most of the time. Because then they can come after you.
Well, don't talk about burying the bodies. But you might want to tell who the bodies are.
Oh, no, that's I can tell you they're under the porch and out behind the oak tree, but that's as far as I can go.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Well, thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been my pleasure, and from Days of the Dead in Chicago and Illinois. This has been the Weird Review. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Action.